though his profession, demands it. At least one of the companies, and he still does the same job, but he works 4 days a week with all his editorial and writing deadlines. But he doesn't have to put that suit and tie on. He doesn't have to go to an office. He's an introvert. Give him his little world, his desk and his computer and his internet, and he doesn't need anything else. Whereas in the business world, especially at Phillips, where we both worked, they kept trying to push him up the corporate ladder. Now, they weren't satisfied with just making him an editor. They wanted him to be a managing editor, then a publisher, then a group publisher, and up the corporate ladder. That was their perception. And he just like he resisted his father in learning how to do yard work, he resisted the management and wouldn't let them push him up the ladder. And he has this tenacity about him of sticking to his guns very quietly.
But strongly.
But strongly,
Dan, did you want to add or answer that question as well, or would you like to move on to something else?
Oops.
You there?
Dan is silent? I can't believe it.
I get a connection.
Oh,
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I had worked for this church for a time and had some amazing experiences up in Spokane, Washington that included southern Canada and most of Montana. And going through there in all seasons of the year was very interesting, and working with people. But then got married and ended up in Minneapolis and decided I need to start building some kind of a home and, something for the family. So we bought a house. I completely remodeled the house while I was working at a sugar broker's, and then doubled our money on that house, bought another big 6-bedroom house south of Minneapolis, remodeled that while I was working for a coin company that I'd answered an ad for. I'd been interested in coins all my life. So we had so much fun as a family down there at that big property, and we had a family reunion down there. Most of you may remember. And again, I made a lot of money when I sold that house, but that led into working for Blanchard, and it was so much fun. The lessons that I felt Dad and Mom had taught us came into such good sway when I worked for this coin company in Minneapolis, and I became a manager and ended up hiring and training about 60 people, salespeople, set up a distribution system, acquisition for buying coins from all over the country, and then started going around with the company to investment conferences around the country. We must have gone to a couple dozen and got to speak and hold seminars at most of those about coin investments. But that led to Blanchard, and then Gary and I got to spend a lot of time together initially down there at Blanchard, and so anyway, I felt like most of the lessons that Mom and Dad had taught us helped me to be gregarious, as one fellow who got to know me up here in Phoenix said, well, here's Dan. There are not any strangers for Dan. You're just a person he hasn't met yet.
yeah.
And I say that's Dad and Mom.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I mean, just for me I'm going to add something in there, and Marley knows kind of what I'm capable of doing with strangers too, but,
She rolled her eyes.
my daughter Marley knows what I'm capable of doing, like what kind of conversations I can have with people I don't know. And, I got that from my mom, which got it from your parents, just, hey, I like that house. Let's go see what it looks like inside. Knock, knock, knock. Hi, I'm Karen. Can I see the inside of your house? And we'd go look at inside